I've been in and out of these 12-step rooms for about 15 years. And a good friend of mine went to a meeting recently and somebody told him, remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. And it reminded me how important of a line that really is, because it is the truth. This is an action program. It's not just a matter of going to meetings and have it be a social gathering for an hour. You actually have to do the work to make the change. In my experience, the biggest change is not just setting down the substance. It's the things that happen in your life after you set down the substance, if you work these programs like they suggest you work them. I've heard it say it's a simple program. It's not always easy, but it is simple. And if you listen to what we say, chances are it is going to be a life-changing experience for the better. Regarding nothing changes if nothing changes, you can lose whole years and still call it just a phase. Smile like you're fine while your whole life burns away in a haze. That is how addiction works. Not always crash and siren strange, but with a whisper smooth as smoke. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It does not always kick the door. It does not always howl. Sometimes it puts its hand on your shoulder and slowly teaches you to bow. It says, you're still in charge. It says, relax, you've grown. While slowly, softly, segment by segment, it turns your soul into stone. Nothing changes if nothing changes. The rooms say it plain. No neon halo round the words, no sermon swollen rain. Just 6 hard syllables striking steel in the center of human wreckage and ache, like a rail spike driven through denial for a drowning man to take. And on the darker side, those words are a warning shot, because misery can become so familiar you stop seeing the rot. The same excuses, same moonlit lies, same I'm done by the sink, same little war between what you know and what you still want to drink. Same phone face down in the evening gloom, same blind shut against the day. Same little funeral in your chest as another promise slips away. Same cinematic self-deception, same sentimental slight, where the mind projects old poison in nostalgic gold-washed light. The crash gets cut from memory, the shame gets blurred and trimmed, the nausea, the fractured trust, the nights your spirit dimmed. What nearly killed you gets rescored with warm revisionist arrangements, till ruin starts looking beautiful if nothing changes and nothing changes. A man leans over the bathroom sink, jaw tight, eyes rimmed with red, and speaks in measured moderation talk like a lawyer for the dead. This time, I'll keep it reasonable. This time, I'll call the shots. But hell has heard that polished pitch from a million hollowed thoughts. A woman curls in the blue-lit dark with her knees pulled into her chest and feels the whole wide world move on while she cannot make herself rest. Outside, the wind moves through the trees like a choir soaked in flame, but inside that apartment, the clock keeps dragging everything back to the same. That is the negative truth of it. That is the sorrowing range. The river keeps its fatal course if nobody shifts its change. The rut grows deeper under tires, they ride that same old lane. And what began as numbing comfort turns hereditary in pain. But turn that slogan toward the dawn, and suddenly it starts to blaze, because the same hard law that seals a tomb can roll the stone away. Thank God destruction can repeat, because redemption can repeat too. If one bad choice can build a prison, a better one can start breaking through. Not always with a thunderclap, not always with trumpet fire. Sometimes it looks like showing up, so tired your bones feel wired. Sometimes it sounds like one cracked sentence, I need help, I cannot win. And all of heaven leans a little closer to that collapsed cathedral within. Sometimes it's a phone call made before the craving fully flowers. Sometimes it is pacing the kitchen floor and surviving 10 hard minutes, then hours. Sometimes it's walking past the aisle that used to feel like home and learning that discomfort, though brutal, will not kill you all alone. Sometimes it is confession. Sometimes it is amends. Sometimes a chair in a church basement surrounded by strangers who become friends. Sometimes it's prayer without poetry, no eloquence, no performance, no polish. Just God, if you are there, please help me from a heart too tired to hide or demolish. And slowly, almost secretly, the architecture starts to shift. The soul that used to brace for impact begins receiving gift by gift. Morning gets clearer edges. Coffee tastes deep and alive. The rain on the window sounds less like judgment and more like proof you survived. The grief is still grief. The ache is still ache. Recovery does not erase all the wreckage or undo each past mistake. But now pain is pain with purpose, not pain that endlessly estranges, nor sorrow does not sit on the throne because somebody finally changes. Nothing changes. If nothing changes, let the slogan ring out hard. Let it cut through the self-protective fog, that sentimental guard. Because negatively, chains stay chains when nobody alters the pattern, but gloriously lives are rebuilt when surrender becomes an action. So say it for the man at the sink. Say it for the woman in the shade. Say it for the ones who are sick of watching their lives get slowly unmade. Say it like a hammer. Say it like a hymn. Say it like a doorway blown wide at the edges of the dim. Nothing changes if nothing changes. There is terror in that phrase, but there is also resurrection hidden deep within its blaze. For the same truth that warns the dying can wake the soul and rearrange it. A ruined life can stay ruined forever or start rising the moment someone changes. If this spoke to you, please subscribe, like, share, or comment. Remember, that's what puts this in front of more people. I pray every day that one of these videos finds one person at the one moment when they really need it, and it gives them the support that they are really looking for, knowing that they're not alone. If you happen to be that person, I'm telling you, you are not alone. I may not know you, but I know you because I was you. We can recover. I'll be praying for you. Love you.